Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Copper Top Productions. In this week's video, we're going to try and get that ARC airbox in my R32 engine bay. It's 31 degrees outside, so it's fucking hot. We're probably just going to take it easy and vibe in the shed. We'll see how we go. Let's get into it. Alright, to get the ARC airbox in, we're going to replace this with the one off the Stag. We're going to replace this section here with the one off the Stag. We have two intakes, so we're probably going to have to close one of these off and then use the opposite one. We'll start by removing this stuff and then seeing what we can take from here and put on here, or vice versa. We'll see. Well, that is not an ARC airbox. Did a little test fit, it was looking good. The hole there for the intake piping is in the incorrect spot. For us to fit it, it would have to be there, because the ARC airbox sits directly on top of that. Not to mention the fact that the MAF is different to a GTR MAF, so it won't bolt into the flange on the ARC box. So, plan B, pod filter, and if we can't get it through rego with that, we'll box it off or something. Instead, what we're going to do, we're just going to run the intake from here down into that, and got to put the base piece on there too, but no worries, that's a piece of piss. 2 hours later, and this is the closest thing I can get to a working system with these pipes. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty defeat at the moment. Piece of shit. Legitimately think the best way I can do this is learn how to weld aluminum and then make my own, because then it'll look exactly how I want it to look and it'll work exactly how I need it to work. It's not a fucking quick answer by any means. I don't know. I'll have a look. Search it up and have a look. Because I refuse to be defeated by a car, I'm going to move the Stagia back out and do the door hinges so we can still tick something off this list in this week's video. Basically, I'm going to undo that and add that one up to 4. You got it? They're different. So much for wasn't going to let myself get beat by a car. Looks like I've installed the wrong hinges, either for a 33 or a 34 or maybe a Sylvia of some kind, I'm not sure. Very similar to 32, but they're not the same depth, so they won't work, which is fucking sick. As for the airbox, it's not going to work in this car. I'll just save it for another car. I'm not really that upset about the airbox. It's a bummer, but at the end of the day, I really kind of like the look of it on the bench, so I might just sit it there and commit it as an ornament. As for the rest of the intercooler piping on the R32, leave it there for this week's video, guys. If you have enjoyed this bummer, check out last week's video. It wasn't a bummer, it was actually a hoot. And the video before that, I was a banger too. There's that one. Yep. I'll catch you guys in next week's video. See you then.